open, and we're up and running. So I can't even do. Yeah, I want to see if I can do my DJ horn. Crikey, I hope that wasn't too loud. Did you get that okay?
Yeah, I heard that fine. Yeah.
All right, excellent. And I was going to say a big one. Sorry, that's supposed to be applause, Craig. Coach Craig Coggles, the legend, the man, the myth, the mystery, the legend. And you know what? The gentleman. It's absolutely epic to have you back. And also,
Thanks for having me on.
An absolute pleasure. I'm going to add insane athlete to that, if you don't mind, because you also go do some crazy stuff. Like, I'm just turning on focus mode, like running around and jumping over things and obstacle course races and rugby and all of this nut stuff. Stick with lifting; it's safer. So, welcome. It's an honor to have you back. How have you been?
Yeah, I've been good. Thank you. Just been doing our nationals and getting ready for Worlds and everything at the minute. So
sure,
good.
Absolutely. How's the training been going? How did nationals go?
Nationals. I mean, for me, it was really good. Everyone that I took to nationals won. So that's something. 5 or 7 British champions. Can't be bad.
Sure. I think I saw a Instagram post with it. That's absolutely incredible. How did that make you feel?
No, it was really good. Like, you're always stressed going into a comp, aren't you, with your athletes, because you want to make sure everything goes fine. So you can chill out when you come out the other side of it.
Absolutely. Is there anyone, and I know it's always a difficult question to ask a coach, but is there anyone in particular that you would like to sort of give a shout out to mention, anyone who stood out for you in particular, or you can mention all of them?
I mean,
putting Craig under pressure here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, you are.
Sorry. All right, leave that. Okay.
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. They've all progressed really well.
Yeah.
To be honest, one of the athletes that I train, Amber, so she switched over to Equip last year, and she's made some amazing progress recently. So Emma's made some good progress. Bex, so also my wife, she's got the biggest raw bench press in Great Britain.
Oh, hang on a second. Sorry, I switched the buttons over. Hang on. That's absolutely smashing. While I'm listening to you, I'm putting the buttons back in the right order, so I don't do that again.
Yeah, so I think that's on GL points.
Sure.
I've got some of my full power athletes are making good progress as well. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to pinpoint any one person. I think they're all like been successful in their own ways.
Right.
We've got people rehabbing back from operations and stuff, not lifting related operations, and they're committing to the process, which is nice. So
awesome. Have you found it for yourself as a coach now, where all of these things are coming together and working? Is it less pressure, or is it more pressure, or different pressure?
I think it fluctuates over time. So at the minute, it's not too bad, but we've got English championships in 4 weeks.
Right.
Which is meant to be quite a relaxed comp for my lifters. Are kind of using it like a check-in for Worlds. But I know when we get about 2 weeks out, everyone will probably start stressing or wanting to do better than they've originally planned to do at the comp. So then the stress will sort of increase.
Right.
But I'm anticipating it, so that's fine. And then, so we're using that as like a springboard for World Championships.
Right. And then for yourself, how's your lifting going?
It's going all right. I've not had much time in a shirt since British. So I did a British bench and British full power in the same day. So I've had a long time out of.
In the same day?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, so I've had a while out just to let my body fully recover.
Okay, 100%. That's pretty intense. Wow. And then so you've got what other comps are sort of heading your way, and are we going to see you in South Africa later this year?
As a coach, yes.
Yes.
For the Are you World
Masters.
Masters?
Yeah,
Um,
get myself into
Hopefully as a
trouble.
coach, but the
Yep.
coaching team isn't confirmed that
Okay.
far ahead yet.
All right.
But I'd like to go out as a coach. I think if I'm not up there as a coach, I'll probably be there as a spectator anyway.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Please don't tell Bex I said, "Oh, you're a master." Get myself into trouble. Yeah.
I'm not a master, but
No.
Bex is a master, so that's
Yeah.
fine.
It'll be awesome. Yeah, I know.
Um,
Just keeping it safe. She likes likes the younger guys. That's you basically.
but
But
yeah, that should be a good competition.
yep. It's going to be great. Weather in Cape Town's great at that time of year. We're busy putting together a whole bunch of videos and interviews on our lifestyle channel so that we can show you guys what's going on in and around Cape Town, trying to get specials put together for the teams and that, and just make it a little bit more fun and exciting. Just
Yeah, I mean, as nice as Sun City is, I've been there a few times now, so it'd be
yeah,
nice to have a change of
have a
venue
look.
in South Africa.
100%. Sun City's great, but Sun City's like it's Sun City. It's very Sun City. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's unique, and that's thing. Yeah. So Cape Town's going to be good. There'll be like a choice of hotels. You can go your 5-star, 4-star, 3-star. The rates are very good comparatively. And I was chatting to a client in Dubai earlier today and explaining to him that this evening I'm going for a sushi buffet. So think of this, Craig. All you can eat sushi. The only thing you don't get is sashimi, but all you can eat sushi, and it's 250 rand. So what's that, like 16 pounds?
yeah. I
So,
remember the pricing's just crazy in South Africa, isn't it?
yeah. So,
We
so
went out, we
mm,
went out as a team one night, so it was like 16 or 20 of us or something like that, and we had like big steaks, big starters, cocktails, beers, and it was like 12 quid each or something.
yeah. Yeah, that's about right. So when you come to South Africa, come hungry. What are the comps? Are you off to Norway? I know there's Germany. There's quite a busy calendar.
Yeah, so which one's the one that's in Germany? That is
Bench.
no bench.
Oh
What
no,
world
no,
bench is
bench
in
is
Norway?
Norway. Sorry, yeah, yeah. I think it's classic
Yeah,
that's in
so I think
Germany.
is it
Yeah.
juniors, junior equipped?
I'll grab the calendar now. Don't go anywhere. Hang on a second. Give me a. I'll tell you about that now. Oh, obviously the calendar. I told you I'm on another computer. Hang on. There we go. Let's see. Knowing me, don't judge, Craig. I'm pulling up the wrong calendar. Probably. It's probably last year's. 2024. There you go. Yeah. Oh, poop. All right. Yes. So whatever it is, how are we looking?
That's fine. So
Yeah.
so for me, competition wise, so we've got I've got English
Yep.
championships, competing and coaching, and then we've got World Bench Press, um, competing and coaching as well.
Okay. Excellent.
So Norway should be. I'm really excited for Norway. I think that's going to be a good comp.
It's something that I'm really considering. I'd love to get up there and be able to run some interviews again and some podcasts. I think it'll be a lot of fun. And the flights from South Africa aren't bad. Ethiopian Airlines about 12,000 rand, so like £600. So it's not too bad.
Yeah, the flights from UK to Norway are really cheap.
Yeah.
So
So like literally
I think
just a
I
quick
think it's
popover. Yeah.
I think it's one of the biggest bench teams GB's ever taken. As long as it doesn't change much from now.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
I only briefly know the out because we've got our squad sessions this weekend.
Right.
So um, I'm not sure about the equipped team, but the equipped team's fairly big, I think. As in, it's
Right.
been growing year on year, and obviously for an equipped team to grow is really good.
Mm.
We've had some people doing lots of work on building up the equipped squad. But I think bench press, I think we've got nearly a whole squad. So what, that
Oh
100
wow.
and something lifters
Right. Sure.
for the bench. Yeah.
What has fueled the growth in the team to such an extent, do you think? And particularly in the equipped?
So in the equipped, so the previous equipped team bench head coach Martin Marshall did
Hmm.
a lot of grassroots work. So there was he got a small bit of funding and managed to buy lots of shirts.
Right.
And he was running like taster sessions and let's try you in a shirt. So he did lots and lots of like grassroots work, putting people in shirts, lending them the shirt to get to competitions, so then they could try it, and giving them a chance to buy their own. And then once they bought their own, they can return it back into the stock.
Right. That's a
So
great
that
idea.
really helps, like the growth of like equipped bench in the UK. And there's been a similar sort of thing happening with like the junior squads with Kate Sweatman and everyone.
Yes.
So they've got a stock of like squat suits, deadlift suits, and shirts that have all been like donated from like previous lifters. And yeah, they're just giving taster sessions and just trying to sort of grow the sport from like a grassroots level. But yeah, that's really helped the equipped bench side. And I think having the more regular like touch sessions
Mm.
where there's coaches there helping you get in shirts, doing technique work with you, I think it's given people more confidence to get into shirts as well. So I think that's helping.
Right. Because I mean, the equipped is almost two coaching sessions, or two kinds of coaching sessions. How to three, how to get into the equipment, how to use the equipment, and then how to lift with the equipment.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not as simple as just whacking it on and
Yeah. No,
adding kilos to your bench.
not at all.
Yeah. I think that they talk about like different carryovers in shirts and stuff, don't they?
Mm.
And we've got like lifters who are getting like nothing out of a shirt, like a couple of kilos, to lifters who are getting like 150 out of a shirt.
Wow. So
So
uh, I did an equipped bench comp once, and bombed on my first two, my opener and my second, and then somehow, like with just my angle with my elbows, there wasn't much coaching around it, but I just found the line, and then it was like, what the heck? Where you really have to work to get the thing down, and if your elbows are where your ears are, the shirt's not really going to help. But it was a lot of fun, and it was a very, very old shirt, so you're kind of thinking, oh crikey, I hope this thing doesn't tear. But it worked well. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. With South
I,
Africa.
I actually,
Oh, sorry, go for it.
I was going to say, I actually bombed my first quick comp.
Oh, okay, cool. I don't feel too bad. Listen, mine was 145 kilos, so I don't know if it's anything to brag about.
Hey, it's is what it is. It doesn't matter.
Yep, 100%, 100%. So I wanted to ask you, in South Africa, with our distance and our travel, all the shipping costs and stuff, we don't get access to a lot of equipment here. We've got great support from SBD in terms of the gear that's available here through SBD South Africa, but on the equip side, it's really lacking. Just any sort of advice or suggestions on how we can grow? Is it about finding that sponsorship, finding athletes, getting equipment, and then putting them in it? Would you start with shirt, or would you start with the other lifts?
Well, I think you need to get a stock of kit, don't you? So most
Mm,
of our stock of kit is from like donations from previous lifters
yep,
or lifters who have now got newer kit and they just don't necessarily want to sell it on, and so they've donated it into the stockpile basically.
right.
So I think a lot of it is getting hold of that initial stock. So you've got different sizes of squat suits, different sizes of shirts, different sizes of deadlift suits. So then you can start to put people in kit. But I think bench shirts is probably a good place to start
Mm,
because if you get the shirt set right and you've got the right size shirt and you learn the technique well, you can add a lot of weight to your bench.
yep,
And also, bench is a standalone competition, so you can enter an equipped competition with doing a raw squat and a raw deadlift. You can do a raw bench as well. Um, but I think if you can add the shirt element in first, then you can add the other bits later.
later. That's really great advice. I'm actually going to chat to the guys here about that because I think Equipped is a lot of fun and we've seen growth in it, but it's really getting very very quiet here, and I think it just needs a bit of a rebirth because you got good benches and you got good lifters. You want to get them into their gear as well so that they can start to find other ways to do it. Do you find a lot of people want to specialize or they're happy to do both?
Um, there's a bit of a mix, really.
Mm,
Um, I think some people, when they get into equipped lifting, don't enjoy the raw side of lifting anymore
yeah.
because it's not as exciting as such. Some people might say
Exciting, terrifying,
terrifying.
exhilarating, yeah.
Yeah, exciting.
Technical as
Um,
well.
yeah, so it's a lot more technical than raw lifting.
Mm,
So I think that's what draws a lot of people in. But I think it's a very split divide, isn't it? Some people like lifting both. Some people get into equipped lifting because it helps support their joints a bit more and they can
mm,
lift like more comfortably than they can raw.
yeah,
Yeah, so I don't think I don't think it's an easy answer to that question. I think it depends on the person.
right. But
Some people just like lifting the most weight possible, so equipped is the way to do that, isn't it? So
absolutely. But I think it's almost like for me, and just from my very limited experience lifting, but from what I've seen, and just from the energy of the coaches and the athletes, equipped, particularly bench versus raw, is when you get it right. So the error from the margin for error in equipped is far greater than in classic, but your window of opportunity in classic is a little bit less. Where in equipped you get it right, you can put up a lot more weight, and it's that fight and that excitement, right?
yeah, I think like with equipped, you've got to be very precise and you've
Yeah,
got to be on that line and you can't really
mm,
drift away from it because
yeah,
that's when it's sort of going to go wrong.
yeah,
And if you come off that line slightly, it's not going to happen.
yeah.
I think sometimes raw lifting can be a little bit more forgiving
Mm.
sometimes that you can pull it
Recover
back
ever so
into
slightly.
position.
Yeah,
Um, but there's not a lot of recovering when you're holding a deadlift above your face. There's not a lot
yeah.
of recovering normally. So
Craig, I love that, and I'm going to use it with your permission when you're holding a
yes,
deadlift above your face.
yeah.
I mean,
Well, I mean, you are really, aren't you? So
yeah, I don't know. I'd like to be able to deadlift that amount sometimes. You got,
I was going to say, I think my equipped bench is actually more than my
yeah,
deadlifters at the moment.
it's quite crazy that if you think about it, hey?
Yeah,
I think the spotters and loaders prefer the deadlift because I mean, the bench, because the plates are higher when you load them. You don't need a jack. Things are going to get serious when we have to start jacking the the equip bench.
yeah, yeah.
That's
That'll be some serious weight,
right.
wouldn't it?
Yep, that's going to be some serious weight. We saw Garrett with a massive attempt on his last lift. I think he went from 385 up to just over 400. Do you think we're going to see
401.5,
five?
wasn't it? I
Yeah,
think.
that's it. Do you think we're going to? I mean, that's quite an interesting number to go at. Do you think we're going to see some really, really cool things coming this year?
So, I mean, Garrett's been chasing that number for a long time, hasn't he?
Mm,
So, um, it'd be nice to see that number go. And you've got Rasmus in Sweden, he's looking like he's coming in quite hot at the minute.
right.
Um, I say that he didn't have a good nationals, but that's equipped life for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if he sorts those things out, I think there's going to be. You've got the other Canadian guy who's pretty strong.
Mm,
I'm not very good with names,
yeah.
unfortunately.
No, it's fine. You're
Um,
better. You're better than me.
so I think there's going to be three or four of them really fighting it out at the top
So
for
yeah.
the title at World Bench.
Mm,
So I think that's going to be quite exciting. And hopefully, for Garrett's sake, somebody can give him a bit of a run for his money because he's just sort of out there in the front by himself.
mm. And there's nothing a powerlifter loves more than competition, right?
Yeah, yeah. So it'd be good to. I think there's going to be a good battle this year because I think last year it was just like Garrett by himself. Then there was a group of people. Then there
Yeah,
was a gap, and then there was a group of
people.
people.
And then 4 or 5 kilometers down the line, there's me. Um, so what
We'll
I
just put you in a tighter shirt.
yeah, I got to get in a shirt. So I'm really thinking I got to come and visit. So what you're saying is get to World Bench this year.
Yeah, no, I definitely think it's going to be a good one.
Yeah,
And even we were looking at something like the Raw nominations, checking out like where my athletes stand and stuff. And there's more competition in the Raw divisions where there'd normally be a bigger gap. There's people that are bridging those gaps now.
sure. That'll be awesome. Are there any sort of stories or things that stand out since Commonwealth since we last spoke that you'd like to mention to talk about anything fun? You mentioned Beck's record, which is absolutely epic, and please tell her congratulations from me on that. I mean, just her lifting blows my mind. Yeah, and yeah, if I put in a tenth of the work, then I'd be quadrupling my output. So I do understand that. It's absolutely awesome to see. But anything that you'd like to share? Anything in particular that stand out for you?
Um, I don't know. It's been so full on, to be
Yeah.
honest. Like
Have
trying to remember what's happened from one week to
no,
another is quite.
I was going to Craig. Have they been working you to death, man?
Yeah, we've just finished doing some bench press development stuff as well for British powerlifting,
Right.
which was really well received.
Okay.
So, so we ran some like workshops and we were testing like rotator cuff health.
Okay.
Then we were doing some like biomechanical analysis of bench press and just talking to people about how to try and improve their bench press and talking about the variances available within the bench.
Right.
So, like degrees of freedom in the arm,
Sure.
which adds
Mm-hmm.
a lot of variation into your bench press.
Okay. So, but are you writing a book?
No, maybe I should.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. I think it would be very very valuable. So on the development side, let me ask you this: if you hopefully you are out here in South Africa, how would you feel about putting on if we can find the time and arrange the space, which I'm sure we can, if it doesn't interfere with your work as a coach? Because I'm quite sure you'll be coming out as a coach. I mean, you guys are very humble about this. But to do maybe some development work, we can get some school kids out and teach them the bench press and how to work and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'd love that. That'd be
Okay,
good.
epic. All right, I'm going to work on that. And we want to try and get the city of Cape Town involved in that and the mayor, and then get some of the teams to come out and, we can maybe stagger different days for development workshops for the kids. Because I think, particularly with the young boys, with the young guys, you show them that they can get stronger and what their bodies are capable of doing. And they might, it just might spark that little fire inside of them that keeps them in the gym rather than on the street. And with the girls, you show them what they're capable of. Got to get Bex to do some demo stuff, and they'll be fighting for space in a gym. And I think it's really something that can be life changing. And having people, coaches and athletes and champions coming from overseas and sharing their knowledge and their expertise would be absolutely game changing for them.
Yeah, I think powerlifting as a sport is like quite. It's not easy access, but it's a lot easier access than
Yeah,
say Olympic weightlifting or I mean strongman
yeah,
is fairly easy access, but you do need some specialist kit.
yeah.
To start powerlifting, you need a barbell and some weights.
That's it.
And if you can get it on your back and you can lay on the floor and bench, you don't even need a bench.
Yeah.
So the access is quite easy, isn't it? So
And
it's some.
yeah. Well, sorry, go on.
No, I was going to say, and it's been picked up a lot by female, like especially young females now.
Mm.
So seeing the development, like the strength development through the female population has been outstanding recently.
Oh, smashing! It's very very special. And when you're out, I'll introduce you to Nicole Cooper Sammy. I don't know if you met Nicole. She's chairperson of the Western Cape, and they've got 3 new gyms in the Cape Flats, the township area. So the slightly the underserved and economically challenged areas. They've got 3 new lifting clubs up in the last sort of year or 2 years. So the growth there is phenomenal. I don't think there's a better sport for keeping kids in a healthy environment than powerlifting.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I've heard a whisper that they're lowering the entry age for powerlifting to bring
Okay.
it more in line with like Olympic weightlifting.
Okay. So what would that be?
Um,
12.
12, yeah.
Okay. And then for
It was
you're 14.
yeah, so it's 14 at the moment.
Mm.
It was mentioned at the Small Nation Championships in
Okay.
the briefing at the beginning,
That would
but
be
I'm not
phenomenal.
not sure when that's due to come in.
Mm. Unfortunately, I think we've missed that opportunity. But we, we,
Yeah,
yeah, we're, we're,
yeah,
ho-
they've,
we're hoping for Master 6, 7, 8, and 9, right?
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on that? Where sort of it's stopping at Master 5? It was a Master 4,
Uh,
Master 5.
I mean, you can still compete beyond that point, can't you? You just got they're just not separating out the titles.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got like the competition starts thinning out, doesn't it?
Mm. But
So I think if you can just route the back end together a bit more, you can make it a little bit more competitive for them as a group.
yeah, and a bit more fun.
So I don't see any problem with it.
And I think we've got that boomer bubble coming down through that age group now. So it's going to be very, very exciting in the future. So, Craig, are we stealing from your coach midday nap time? Do you take a nap in the
No,
middle of the day?
no, I'm normally working all through the day, so
Okay, 100%. But we really appreciate your time, man, and just thank you. And I know it's on the back of a lot and ahead of a lot, and just that you always offer to make time so quickly. You always send us people that we can chat to, and we're very grateful. You know, and I think let me say this as well, and that if I hope I don't embarrass you, but the series of podcasts that we started last year ahead of Commonwealth and Masters only got the legs it did really because of you, because you gave me so many names up front. You were so helpful. And then I was able to reach out to the other coaches from the other regions because they knew, oh, right, okay, cool. That, he's doing that interview and that interview. So it helped build the credibility of what we were trying to do a lot quicker. So I wanted to say thank you to you for that.
no, that's fine.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Yeah, right. We did 50 in 2 weeks. So it was quite intense.
You were
But
pumping them out at one
yeah,
point, weren't
that's
you?
it. No, I think then I took a bit of time off. Now we're doing like 3 to 4 a day, but it's fine. We're working at it. I'll up my numbers, coach. I promise. Um, so, from your side, anything you'd like to share or add, or we can start to nag you after a couple of championships again.
No, I mean at the moment, like we're just in like a chilled period
Mm.
coming out of. We've come out of our busy national. Everyone's just prepping and getting ready for Worlds. That's going to be quite exciting.
Yep.
Um, and yeah, we've got our home nation championships coming up, which is like England, Ireland,
Mm.
Scotland, Wales.
Right. How
Um,
was that after Commonwealth, by the way? What was the vibe like?
at
You
the actual home nation,
yeah.
yeah, no, home nations was really good. It was in Scotland.
Mm.
They did it at the Natural History Museum,
Oh, wow.
I
Okay.
think it was,
Sure.
or no, the Science Centre. Sorry,
Okay.
the Science Centre in Scotland. No, that was really cool, and it was a really home nations is always a very competitive competition in England.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
through this region. So basically, everyone wants to beat us, and we want to beat everyone. So
There's like a few other sports I know of.
yeah,
Huh?
yeah,
No, that's phenomenal. I must be honest with you that there are a lot of competitions I'd like to attend, but home nations, just from what I experienced at Masters and Commonwealth, that's the one I want to get to because I think that it would be an absolute blast. It would be a wonderful experience.
yeah.
Mm.
For those that don't know what the home nations
Mm.
is, it's basically like the powerlifting version of Six Nations
Mm.
rugby. So
Yeah, and
it's no, it's a great comp. I think I'm not sure who's hosting it next year. Yeah, but it's always very competitive. There's always a lot of banter
yep,
before,
yep,
during, and after.
yeah. And
So,
how noisy was Scotland?
oh, very noisy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they won, but we managed to beat them at Small Nations, so we took it back.
Okay, that's awesome. So you got home nations is like the six. It's Isle of Man as well, right?
Yeah, so it's England, Scotland, Wales, Ireland, Isle of Man.
Okay, got it. And then small nations. So that I got a little
Small
bit
Nations
confused.
is well, technically we weren't in Small Nations, so
Mm,
we were in the Marion Hammam Cup,
right.
which was like a side competition of the Small Nations. So Small Nations is a new competition that started this year
Okay.
for countries that have less than a
Oh wow.
million residents.
Right.
So it's like Cyprus and places like that were in the Small Nations. And then there was a side competition of the Marion Hammam Cup,
Right. What is?
which everyone was involved with.
Okay.
And England won everything. So
Oh, smashing, man. Well done. It's been a
which
good.
will,
Yeah.
upset a lot of people, but it made us very happy.
But isn't that England's job?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's always that's what I love. It's always there just to remind the world, like okay, just remember, there are reasons for certain things, and I think people do tend to misjudge you every now and then, and it's just like, yeah, yeah. When you're not watching, that's when you guys come back and smash.
Yeah, we had to pull our socks up after home nations and
Mm.
get the bragging rights back.
But yeah, absolutely, and it's all about bragging rights, right?
Oh yeah. Nothing else matters really, does
Yeah, nothing else matters. That would make a very cool T-shirt. Bragging rights, nothing else matters,
it?
and then a big England on the back. I'm getting an idea here.
Yeah,
Yeah, awesome.
yeah, we'll have to make them.
I think so. Absolutely. Oh, dude, it's been epic chatting to you again. Thank you, hey Craig, for your time. Really, I know we could probably go on. We'll find points to chat about, and then, but I wanted to give you a little bit of your time back. So thank you.
Awesome.
It's
Thanks for having me.
no pleasure. Listen, it was a good 32 minutes. So never a bad
That was it.
thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And we'll reach out in a couple of months again. We'll appreciate it. And if there is anyone else that you would like us to chat to, you have you sent us Lisa's details, and we'll nag her. And yeah, at least I got the right Lisa after this.
Yeah.
Send me surnames, please. I'm bad with names.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'll send a couple of people your way.
Oh, brilliant, smashing. Oh man, you're a legend. Craig, thank you so much. Please say hi to Bex and your team. Please send them my love. I mean that seriously. It's
Will
always
do.
wonderful spending time with you guys. All right, my man. Thank you so much, Craig. Take care.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers. Bye-bye. Bye. And that was the legendary. Let me just switch back to the main camera here. I think that should be okay. So hold on. I think I messed this up. Give me a second, guys. All right. Let me put my head around the corner there. I'll just stay here for now. Um, that was the legendary Craig Coggles, coach, true gentleman, athlete, and he does some amazing work. And very grateful that Craig could join us. Sorry for the mix-up, guys. We changed computers, and all the settings were on the old computer. We just had a massive thunderstorm here in Johannesburg. We had Thomas Brannick scheduled. We were actually chatting to Tom, and the thunderstorm hit. We had to reschedule him. We had another South African lifter that we had to reschedule as well. We're grateful that the sun's out, it's safe, because with the lightning here in Johannesburg, you can lose equipment very quickly. So, yeah, that being said, we're done. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. And we've got some fun stuff lined up for you next week as well. We'll post about that. So keep an eye on the Instagram account. Please like and follow us on YouTube, on Instagram. We've had great interaction on Instagram. We're very grateful for that. And thank you guys for your time. Thank you for your support. We do this for you because we love you guys. Woos. We will see you soon. Oops, and missing the end broadcast button.